Okay, in part 3 here, we're going to start applying some of our definitions to actual problems. So what I'm going to start off by doing is giving you the angle measure for one of your angles. And then you're going to apply vertical angle theories, alternate interior angles, and all those vocabulary terms we've been talking about, and apply those definitions to find the remaining angle measures. All right, so I'm going to start off by giving you the measure of this angle right here. So the measure of this angle is going to be 100 degrees. Why? Because I said so. Okay, so first thing I'm going to look at, I've got a couple of options, but I'm going to look at this right here. I see that this angle, my 100 degree angle, and this angle right here, if I add those together, those are going to be supplementary angles. So that I know that supplementary angles add up to 180 degrees. So 100, okay, plus 80 is going to give me that 180 degrees. So the measure of my second angle is 180. Now the next thing I'm going to look at is I see that this 100 degree angle and this angle right here are vertical. These two angles right here are vertical angles, and I know that vertical angles are congruent, so that means the measure of this angle is also going to be 100 degrees. Alright, so I can also apply the vertical angles here. Lost my marker. Okay, I know that this angle and this angle right here are also vertical angles, so that means that the second angle over here is going to be 80 degrees as well. Alright, so all I've done so far is use the definition of supplementary angles, two angles that add up to equal 180 degrees, and my vertical angle definition, which tells me that angles that share a vertex are going to be congruent and that are opposite each other. They're the vertical angles, so they're congruent. Alright, so next I'm going to use my alternate interior angles definition. I know that this angle, this 80 degree angle, I'm going to change colors actually. Let's do some red. This 80 degree angle and this angle right here are alternate interior angles. They share the transversal, they're inside the parallel lines, and they're on alternating sides of the transversal. So these two are alternate interior angles, which means they are also congruent, which means this angle down here is also 80 degrees. I can go ahead and just find this other angle that's also 80 degrees because these two are vertical angles, so this one is also 80 degrees. Now, I need to apply my alternate interior angles definition again. This angle here, my 100 degree angle, and this angle here are alternate interior angles, so this angle measure is 100 degrees. These two angles are vertical angles, so this one is also 100 degrees. Now let's look at a problem that has another transversal applied to it. Now when you have two transversals, you need to look at your diagram before you kind of dive into this, because you need to notice and just kind of observe what are you looking at. One of the things that I hope you notice is that that second transversal has now created a triangle in the center of your parallel lines, and you need to apply the rules of triangle angle measures here. And triangle angle measures are things you learned back in elementary school. When you add up the inside angles of a triangle, they equal 180 degrees. Okay, so that's just something you need to carry around in the back of your mind as you work out this problem. Now in this problem, you also have to be given a little bit more information because with the two transversals, it just adds more angles and adds more mystery, we'll just say. Alright, so in this case, I'm going to give you a couple of different angles here, and hopefully this will work out. I'm trying to get my marker. Okay, Actually, I want to do green. All right, so I'm going to start off by giving you the measure of this angle, which is going to be 25 degrees. Okay, so, and then I'm going to give you the measure of this angle right here, and we're going to say that this one is 95 degrees. All right, so let's see what we can do with that now. All right, I know that this 25-degree angle that we're given and the angle opposite it are vertical angles, which tells me they're congruent, which means this angle here is also 25 degrees. All right, now I can't really do anything else right in there with that 25-degree angle. So let's go down here to the 95-degree angle and see what we can do. Now, I know that the 95-degree angle and this angle here are supplementary, which means they add up to 180. So if I do 180 minus 95, this is a good refresher for your subtraction skills. I'm going to have to borrow. That becomes a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 17 minus 9 is 85. So this angle right here is 85 degrees. Now I have a couple of different things I can do. I can finish up my triangle, right? I can do my 85 plus 25 and subtract that from 180. So 25, 85. Carry my 1, I get 110 degrees, subtract 110 from 180, and that should leave me with 70. All right, so let's keep going. I know that this 85-degree angle and this angle over here are vertical, so that means this angle is 85 degrees. I know that this angle here and this angle here are vertical, so that's going to give me 95 degrees. So we're rocking and rolling now. Okay, so I've got all 4 of those. Let's see what I can keep on doing. Over here, I've got a 70 degree. Again, I've got a vertical angle, so that means this one is also 70. I know that this 70 degrees and this angle here are supplementary, so 180 minus 70 is 110. And again, vertical angles. Okay, and at any point, y'all, if you need to pause this and rewind it and watch it again, please do so, because we're rolling now. All right, so now I need to finish up with these angles up here. So what I'm going to have to do is take a careful look at these and start looking at alternate interior angles. Okay, and when I say take a careful look, I mean take a careful look. Okay, so if we just focus on one transversal, let's look at this transversal right here. I know that this angle, let me change colors actually, we'll do blue. This 70-degree angle is the alternate interior for this angle right here. Okay, remember we're looking at this transversal. There we go. Okay, which means that this angle is 70 degrees. Okay, so now we have a little bit more information. We can kind of finish this up. What I like to do is I see that these 3 angles together are going to give me 180 degrees. So if I add up the 25 and the 70, that's going to give me 95 degrees, and I subtract that from 180. Well, I've already done that math down here, so I know that that's going to give me 85 degrees here. And now I have a whole bunch of vertical angles, and I can just finish filling in angle measures. I'm done. All right, so take a look at that, rewatch this video. Good luck.